gotta be enough stuff. Oh, I forgot this takes so long to load. 533, 628, no equipment, 600 for the count. The garage here is a copy of an actual Case dealership in this area. This area is supposed to be in Illinois. I've driven through here quite a few times. Of course, I don't remember things like this because it was just, for me, in a truck. It was just another state highway. But I do think that I recognize the gas station. We'll go around there if anybody's interested. If you want to see anything, just holler out. Alright, so let's take a good look at the map. When I did this game last time, I was living here, and then I moved over to the sheep farm. I think this time what I want to do is, this may wind up becoming a multiplayer map, so I think I'm going to buy this piece of property here. Mr. Sealy P started a nice little playthrough from this farm, and I watched enough of his playthrough that I don't want to start this farm, not because it wasn't a good starting location, but because I feel like I've already lived here. His Let's Play on this map was why I got interested in it in the first place, but at the time there was a lot of other maps, I just kind of moved on. Big placeable area. It's marked as an actual field, so if I want to, I could probably turn it into grass. And it might be what I do, because I think a couple of sheep stables and a chicken coop would keep me pretty busy over here. So we got a garage for a couple of four-wheelers. It's almost a little strange. Sorry, we'll make it look right. Wonder if this is functioning. There's no trigger. Oh, it's probably just a propane tank, isn't it? Just a pig. I thought maybe it was a fuel depot. Doors opened up good. It's too bad there's not a setting to make these automatic. I wonder if that's a mod on the PC. If you're just joining, you'll have to keep in mind that I am on the PlayStation 4. Although we do have a really good selection of mods. There's still a few key items missing that I wish I had. Like the ability to get rid of a trash pile like this. I know the map makers want to make the maps look like they're lived in, but if I'm going to do 2 or 3 seasons in this location, why would I leave that there? That's just not how I roll. I live in a rural area, not all farmers are like that. I think that what we're going to do is change this up so that this road leads out to here. This piece of property is fine. I'm pretty sure I can get away with it. It's going to be tied up money at first, but I can just do lots of contracts. I enjoy doing contracts anyway, so I don't mind setting myself up for it. It's going to be a bit pricier. It's alright. We'll just pick it up. All we gotta do is get through the first season successfully, and then things will start to really roll. This would make a really good multiplayer map. I've got a friend from the UK, a really good friend. Name is Cartel99. He is gonna start playing with us. That should get you to his webpage so you can check that out. Alright, we're gonna have to go cheap. We've got enough room and points. We can kind of buy whatever we need to in the beginning to get things rolling. So let's... It's always hard to pick the first tractor for me because we need just enough power to roll some equipment around, but we don't have enough money to buy tons. This one is a good choice, but it's kind of expensive for what you get out of it. It's a Case dealership here, and probably is Case Country, but we don't have to stick to that, especially not at first. This would be a good choice. I was just using this on one of my other maps, and it's fine at first. It's super high on points, so we'd have to keep in mind that it's a temporary solution. Like to maybe... I can take out a loan, but I hate doing that. For power, this is the best first tractor, just not for versatility. Or for me it is, anyways. I like this tractor. I think we're going to have to just, man, it's too bad too, because we need that front loader. We're going to need a front loader pretty bad. If I start putting sheeps and chickens in. Yeah, we're just going to have to bite it and get this one. Just got to make enough money to get the other one as soon as possible so we can start taking care of our own stuff. Alright, we'll go with this. I always seem to need a front loader. I use them a lot. This will be our first tractor. We'll take a look at our fields. Probably need to buy a plow right away. It's usually one of them that need plowed. Yep, but only this one. That's cool. That'll be alright. I've got a small plow. We can use this, which is really convenient in small fields, but this is not going to be small fields for long. 15 grand for this ripper. I've used this before. This is fine. Wonder if it costs more to put the old paint. Nope. Alright. So we'll old paint it. If I recall, this tractor comes with some weight on it. Yeah. I think you can even tug a trailer backwards with it too. There might be something else you can hook up to it that would be convenient, I suppose. Alright. Oops. Already crashing into stuff. Alright. So we'll see how we do in Stone Valley. I don't know how far I'm going to want to develop the starter plot because I'd actually would like to have the pigs. There's plenty of room over there for a house. If I wasn't hell-bent on start from scratch, I could have done this as farm manager and just bought the... that's something I should have looked at. If my future intentions are to make this a multiplayer, should I have actually started the game in farm manager so that when my buddy joins he'll have enough money? Well, that'll be alright if it's not. If it doesn't work out, I want to try Green Bale's new one. Oh, I'm going to forget the name of it. Is it West Newton? Yeah, West Newton Farm. There should be an entrance here, too. Alright, so it was the little one, but not 20. We can plow this all up if we need to, but it just seems a good place for garages and cell points and whatnot. It's been a while since I've used this plow. Probably won't be able to see it from the tractor. So we're going to have to maybe start with the contracts right away, even if we do have helpers doing them. When I do seasons, I always play with the economics, so it's easy. Seasons is hard enough. This drainage strip here might be less than convenient to have sitting here. No matter if we don't stay, but just square this off and take it in sections. I like this little tractor. I've yet to find one like what I remember, but when I was in Arkansas, I was pretty young then. My father had a old, I'm pretty sure he called it a Ford 5-point. I didn't know what he meant by that at first. And later in life, I thought, well, it must have been a 5-cylinder, because it was old enough that they were probably still using points. But now I know, I think it must have had a drawbar or something. Just 2 points in the front, 2 points in the back. Or maybe it was a 3-point. I don't know. That would make more sense, I suppose. Probably had a 3-point in the rear, just some weight on the front. It was small. Small and weird. And he used it to mow mostly. Starts to always be a little slow, we'll make it go over. I need to take this off of real time. We bought the farm now, we might as well get going. While we're here, we'll see what we got for these. That has got to be the slowest plow in the frickin' game. Even this would be better. Cultivating is faster. Their material, we'd still make $1,000. I could leave him on this field for quite a while and then go help him. We're going to take this one and take the money, or take the equipment. We'll still make $4,000 for it. Morning, Cartel. How you doing? Sorry you couldn't make it yesterday. I wound up not even feeling like streaming, so it really didn't matter. Just started this map. The first time I played it, I had pretty fond memories of it, but I moved on to other maps. I watched a fellow named Mr. Seeley P. If you get interested in FarmSim, you want to check out, no, it's alright, man. It's fine. It's good. Family, man. Don't ever worry about that. We need to get together, and we needed to get together last week, but I never got around to it, so that we can get on the same page with the map, and, oh, I need to go get this guy started. Get on the same page of the map, and, get you a few of the mods together. Won't need many, and as we go, we can add mods that we want. Yeah, it's alright, shit happens, you know it. It's just what it is. Alright, let's see. Where am I going? So this morning, Cartel, I've just got a Great Big American map that I've played some. It would make a good multiplayer map, and if you think you like it, let me know. We can pick this one, but I've got another map that I'd love to show you, because there's some really good UK maps in the game by some really good mod makers, and I wouldn't mind being able to get into a UK map. Let's see, 25. That should be close to us, right? We're on 23, 22. Are they numbered weird? Oh, yep, they sure are. Good lord. Alright, so we gotta go all the way down the map. This would be a good way to have a little drive and check out the map. So this morning's stream was just about me being bored and wanting to start a new map. I start new maps a lot. I have this habit of getting them fully functional and then moving on to another one. Alright, so we'll take this. No, actually, let's take this road down. This is an actual Case dealership. It actually exists. It must. I've been by this truck stop up here. I may have even been in it because I think this is the one that one of the clerks looked almost exactly like Steve Buscemi, if you know who he is. And I talked to him about it one day, and I'm almost positive that this is the place. Except it doesn't have the truck parking lot. And I do believe that this had a couple of big truck diesel pumps in the back. And parking like here on the field. What would have not maybe been a field at the time, but there was some parking around it somewhere. It even had a little shop, I'm pretty sure. So I think I've actually been there. None of the other stuff looks familiar, but the only reason that I always remembered that encounter with that fellow that looked like Steve Buscemi, you know. Let's see, the animal dealer is in here. I'm in no rush, so I'm actually just kind of cruising around a little bit too. Woo, this plow's heavy for this little tractor. Yeah, this is the animal purchase spot, which I think is actually broken right now. I haven't been able to purchase any animals with trailers since they did their last update right before the holidays. So we need to get down here and get this guy working. I'm just going to let the helper do it while I take care of the new farm plot. Oh, the traffic here sucks. I might have to turn it on. Some map makers have been able to speed up the traffic. Not so much in this one. Played around with SnowRunner yesterday, and on the controller it feels a lot better. And on the wheel, it actually not too bad. It's just a little awkward to look around. But on the wheel, it actually wasn't very bad at all. And I think that now, since the last time I played it, it's actually pretty tolerable on a controller even. So I'm probably going to wind up getting into that. We're going to have to buy this. This is the BGA. And we can sell the BGA slurry, slurry. Silage, potatoes, and all of that. You can make pretty good money with it, with a field of potatoes. And this is our big silage bunker if we buy it. That's a huge. Can't use it now, but I think that the first year on this map is mostly going to be about doing contracts and getting a silo in for the harvest season so we can keep materials off the jobs. That'll probably be a good money maker on a map this big. It's like that on Lone Oak, but that map seems to be like it would be a little awkward for multiplayer. Well, multiplayer, when you've got friends coming in to help, I think it would be fine. But as a multiplayer map, just to play with a few buddies long term, I don't think it'd be all that great. The only thing I don't like about this map is that there's no forestry. I usually lean towards maps that have forestry because it's a great way to make credits in the winter when it's snowing. I started on this farm the last time. It was a nice little small place, but it didn't last very long. I outgrew it really quick. But we can borrow the silo here if we need to. Oops. That's where you back into the silo. And on the other side, it's got the outtake. The wife says that when I'm playing this game, I'm entirely too quiet. She's afraid people can't hear me. There's not, I don't have to talk over an engine or anything with this game. Let's see, 25, 25. It's gonna be over here. Way on the other side of the map. Now, I'll pretty much just set this guy to work. Forget about him and come back and clean up after him afterwards. To Giant's credit, after the last update, the AI do act better. It's pretty nice, actually. Let's make sure he doesn't miss the edge, and we'll just set him out on his own. Small plow, but when we get down here, we can go finish it off for him. I did. I got, you know what it is, too? It was kind of silly, but just me being unfamiliar with everything. I think that all I did was unpaired Nightbot on the Nightbot settings page. I think I might have, it was way up in the upper right-hand corner. And I noticed it, and all I had to do was give Nightbot moderator once I paired it up, and everything was right back to normal. In my frustration, I probably just didn't see that that's what I had done, unfamiliar with it all. So I should be okay. It's letting me do shoutouts. It's telling me when people are following and stuff like that. So I guess I'm all right. I'm so new to all that nonsense. All of this nonsense. Oh, here we go. You should have mod, don't you? These guys, I haven't managed to get rid of them. I thought that by making it, by turning off the hyperlinks, it would stop, but it hasn't. They've worked around that. Doesn't surprise me. Alright, so we'll do this field ourselves while the other guy's working over there. Doesn't even matter if it takes him all day. A few grand right now will be a big deal. A couple grand. We don't have much money. We've got lots of stuff to buy. Goal is by day 2 to have at least some chickens in. Preferably sheep. They make money faster at first. Chickens are fine for that trickle income, but make my money in early spring with sheep. Starting a little equipment on a big map, you can really tell the field size is a little daunting. This is what you've got for a tractor to start. I can lease equipment, but I don't mind it taking longer. I would imagine if this was real, and I had a couple of fields the size, it would take a couple of days to plow. Headlands in case I need to let him work while I go take care of our helper over there. Sometimes they get stuck on stuff. So we'll get this one to a cloud state. See how we're sitting for fertilizers. I probably could have put first because I could have put lime on it right now if I wanted to, but it's alright, we got plenty of time. And with FarmSim, I think it would be unknown and enough people stream it. It's going to take a minute to build a community around this game. It is going to be around a while, so I will have time to get my use out of it. If I manage to get a PC soon enough, just making the switch over to PC with this game won't be too much of a problem. I figured I was going to play it, and I was itching to see what I can do with this one. But I am still kind of afraid that I'll get bored of it without having any forestry to do in the winter. I probably could still set up my own poplar farm though if I wanted to, at least that. And I've got sawmills and that. I grow trees, and that might be what I do too. Kind of just take a couple fields and plant pines on one and poplars on the other. Lots of room here on this map for placing this. Seasons in every map, but I'm not too realistic with the game. There are some things available to us that I don't use because they just feel too cheating. It does me no good to have all the monies right away if I want to play on a map for a few seasons. I like to earn everything as I go along. It gives me time to plan and time to grow. But everybody plays the way they want to, and there are mods you can put in that get you some serious and quick cash. The government subsidy sign is the one that's pretty neat. That'll drop you 100 grand every in-game hour, if that's what you're into. I've used it to make the switch over to other maps, or like, if a map has an update, sometimes you have to restart it. If you're really into the map, you just sell everything and write down the assets you want to replace. Jump over to the new map, put the government subsidy sign in. As the hours tick away, you just keep replacing everything. Check it off the list. That's what I was doing. There is that new one, Bucks County, but I'm waiting for the next update on that one because it's still a little broken. I've seen that others had the same issue as mine, so it's probably on this fixed list, so we'll just wait. I mean, we know we're not going to get anything out of this game until next week, Giants is on vacation. The people who test the mods and everything anyways. But it won't be long. Plenty of battles to work on, that's for sure. Check in our little friend over here. He's making progress, but it'll be slow for him. Yeah, I'm okay. I haven't been sleeping really well lately. But I'm alright. It just kinda happens. Just been struggling with pain lately. Good days, bad days. Good weeks, bad weeks, you know. I suffer through some of it because I won't let them give me any more medication, or I'm not going to complain about it as a doctor because I want to help some of the stuff that I don't like taking. I'd rather just deal with it. Yeah, you know it. I got people who still like to have me around, if you can believe that, so just carry on. Oh, this is gonna take forever. Oh, it is late for you, isn't it? What game are you running? Ah, yeah. How'd you do for viewers? Nice. 53 viewers, like 53 people in the room, or 53 views overall? I'm not sure. 5 new followers, that's freaking awesome. Yeah, to pick up 5. Okay. It's not a lot, but enough people to pick up some followers, enough people to keep conversation moving along a little bit. I think I missed a little spot over here. Yeah, sure. Yep, that's all right though. Sometimes that's exactly what people want to see. They want to see the game, listen to some conversation, get involved in it a little bit. Absolutely. hoping I can draw on a little crowd like that with this one. This one, the Farm Sim typically right now has a lot more viewers than SnowRunner. So if you pulled that many on SnowRunner, there's a chance for me with this one to build a little community. And when I'm off my dirt rally days, I'll do this a couple times a week. Yeah, it has a pretty good following. A lot of people streaming it, but that's alright. I mean, I know how to be the new kid. You know, you just gotta put your time in and meet some folks. No rush. I got nothing else to do. I'm comfortable enough streaming the game now that if I'm gonna play it, I might as well stream anyways. People drop in, drop out, make a few friends. Come pick out my funny accent. This time of day anyways. This big old map with this little equipment's a pretty daunting task. I'm at least gonna put a couple hours into it and upload it to YouTube. See if it sticks. I want to restart my Missy B. You know, oh man, that Missy B map would actually be a really good one for multiplayer. Especially with you being new to the game, it's not a huge map like this one. We could get a lot done together on it. Kind of mold it into our own little map. It's got a couple of established farms and a couple of placeable areas to build your own. Fertilizer and everything's going to be expensive for this field at first. I'm already trying to think about how I'm going to pay for it. Or I can get it really cheap. Got a placeable for that, but I don't know. Spend about 40 grand, I think, on fertilizer, so I've got one big enough to do fertilizer jobs. These big fields, I should pay out pretty good fertilizing and sowing. If I can get big enough equipment, I can rake in a lot of cash in the spring. So I'll be back on tonight with my regularly scheduled stream. We'll be doing some dirt rally. I'll continue to do dirt rally Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for the foreseeable future. If I had more racing games that I enjoyed on the PlayStation, I'd break into it a little bit. The games that I like on the PlayStation are either dead or there's just nothing else that I like. ACC on PlayStation's pretty dead. I could probably get into F1. I think there might still be a group running that one. Subtle Course is dead. Project Cars 2 is dead. WRC9 runs at 30 frames just like WRC8, so I ain't buying that trash. Same thing with ACC, they never got it to run decent on the PlayStation. Yeah, I probably should actually, and I am kind of itching to play it because it did feel better. And I was feeling all sneaky because I found a trailer before I did the first job and I got to take everything to the bridge in one trip, you know. So I'm proud of myself. And I made it to the garage, and that's about all the game. Other than just driving around looking at stuff, that's about all that I've done. Because once I got my first truck, I just kind of poked around in the Michigan map a little bit. Spotted like something out in the swamp that I can't get to, stuff like that. It was fun though. It looks better than it did. I think the lighting looks a lot better than it did. I could actually see definition and like little rings for the fog and everything for the chicken lights and stuff. It was pretty neat. Yeah, I imagine it does. And now there's mods for it too, so yeah, it does have a following. I don't know. I was actually kind of surprised that this one had a bigger following than SnowRunner. I figured this would be the one that was more niche. But maybe SnowRunner's already run its course, basically, and population will go up with new DLC and then drop off again. This one's probably just more steady pop. I can see where SnowRunner, nothing generates itself, right? Once you get through with all the missions, you're done, right? There's kind of no end game or not enough to do in the open world, I would imagine. Get myself on PC, we're gonna start playing all kinds of crazy stuff. Kerbal Space Program, Civilization. I'd love to go back and play all the Red Faction ones, that'd be cool too. I think I'm gonna let this guy do this and go check on this guy. Wait with him to the end and see how much he's missing on the ends. I might get away without having to do much cleanup after him. Excuse me. Oh, hey, I'm not in my rig. I can take you guys with me to the coffee pot. Come with me on a trip through the urban jungle that is my home. Here we have our savannah feline. Hide behind the table waiting for one of the dogs to come to the water hole. He likes to play sneak attack with the dogs. They don't think it's a game, but he sure does. My poor Mr. Kitty. We've got a cat that we adopted that I think before he was a year old, he had to have every single tooth taken out of his head. Poor little guy, he's cross-eyed, notch-eared, nutless, toothless. But he's so friendly. Should have named him Lucky, but he already had a name. And that would have been too cliche anyways. This guy is doing good. So we can continue on with this fella. We'll drive this one because we can't really afford to just keep a bunch of helpers going right now. This plow is only 4.5 meters wide. My usual favorite medium tractors is 6. But there's a new John Deere plow out that is 12 meters, only takes 200 horsepower to pull. It's freaking awesome, but it's 55 grand, so that's gonna have to wait. I do have something you can do, Cartel, that would be helpful if you get on. You'll have plenty of room in your save file for the game at first. And if you fire up the game and go to the mod hub and search for giants, you can pretty much download all of the giant stuff. It's always, it always functions really well. good clean mods, look good, work well with environments. And I use several of them. So you'll have kind of right away with that, with their mods, you'll have kind of a decent selection of stuff to get going. I tend to keep my mods, the ones that I favor, try other ones and ditch them. I don't keep too many mods because I like to have a lot of maps. I'm usually pretty satisfied with the base game stuff, except for the plows. I don't like their plows and cultivators much. This is a big field for little equipment anyways. But with this game, there's never any hurry. Not a race, I do enough of that. I was reluctant to even stream this game at first because it is what this game is, the game that I use to chill. But I think that what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to try to get a multiplayer map set up, have some fun with you, and I'll just have maps that I do on my own, equipment that I use on my own. Keep that to myself. You won't learn much from me by watching me play this one. I've got some of it sorted out. I can survive through seasons. I need to figure out how to make cows really healthy. I gotta sort out the mixing the TMR. It's got halfway decent instructions. I just haven't branched out to do it yet. One of the other maps, I've got cows, but all I've fed them so far is grass and hay. And they do okay, but they don't ever seem to get like past 80% health. So I think I need that total mixed ration for them in order to get them up to closer to 100% so they'll make more milk. No, but there's going to be chickens. There'll be chickens by the time the sun comes up tomorrow on this map. I can do some chickens, they're easy. They're great for trickle-in income, but unless you've got 3,000 or 4,000 of them, you don't make tons and tons of money. Sheep in the spring make good money. I've got a couple of really cheap sheep pens that I could probably put in here somewhere. It's lots of room on this starter spot. At least get some wool production going. But if I don't have grass already growing and ready to cut, I'll have to buy bales to feed them, and that can get a little pricey. I'll probably have to get through the first season on this map without seemingly a lot of progress, but it'll be more about just saving money. I gotta make sure that I get a decent silo before the harvest season. Unless I'm just gonna use the on-map ones, but for my immersion, the on-map ones are all owned by other farmers right now, so unless I buy the property, it's not my silo, you know. But I'll have to have something. And I guess my point is, come harvest time, you wind up with enough materials to feed the chickens and stuff. Even the pigs and that, you can just store the material that you need for the pigs, store the crop, use it as feed, or sell it later when the prices are better. So I gotta have some kind of a silo. I got lots of room on this little patch of ground over here though. So I had given a thought, this piece of property right in front of me, Field 20, I had given a thought to just covering that in grass and putting sheep on it. Getting there. I'll have this pass. Gotta either buy or lease a cultivator. I'd rather just buy one because I know I'm gonna wind up doing cultivating jobs that I need to go pick up after the helper. Doesn't hurt to have that stuff of your own. just starting so small that it won't be. On other maps that are smaller, I can get away with a small cultivator and actually do lots of work with it. But this is a big map. I could have started out with more money, but I knocked it back to 500 grand. But without any forest, I really couldn't start it with a truck and a saw like I kind of like to. Forestry in the game takes a minute to get the hang of. Doesn't seem like a lot of people do it, but I kind of enjoy it. I want that field right in front of me too. That'd be a big old field. Throw some soybean in it. That's what it. Hopefully that's what it needs. Something like that. Get a big old money crop in it. Gotta start thinking of ingenious ways to make money like right away on this one. But once I get these two fields seeded, most of my worries will be over. Shop is close by. I guess I'm not gonna have to worry. I got enough sheds. I got a shop nearby. I won't have to put out a whole lot of capital at first. Oh, I need to put in a sleep tree or two. I've got a couple few things I need to not forget. It's hard to see at night to find out where I want to put it. This is one of only a couple of small plows that actually works in reverse. One of the other ones that I use, it says it requires 180 horsepower, but I think you can use it in reverse like in anything. A tricycle could probably push it. I don't know that it was intended to be that way, but has been left that way. Just real convenient if you're not trying to go for realism, you just need to get something plowed. What do you plan on doing SnowRunner again? Cartel, when do you plan on running SnowRunner again? Do you have a scheduled time you're going to start running it? Getting there. See the edge. Okay. Man, I've only got 145 horsepower. I'm gonna have to get a pretty small cultivator. Oh, yeah. Well, I certainly won't be helping nobody. 256 an hour is what it costs on this map in easy mode for helpers. Might have been a couple few bucks added in for when I let this one. Oh, are you? Good. Yeah, you know how I am. I don't jump on with randos. It's not my thing. I like getting to know people. And I'm not nearly as snarly as I may come off at first, but I just don't deal with random people very well. I will, bud. Thanks. Have fun. Yeah, sure will. Absolutely. Probably soon. One more strike. One more strike. So this plow's not too bad, just a little small. Deal with it. Oh, that must be a withered crop in there. I won't be able to spray anything over top of it. I'll have to cultivate it first. Seems to be a little weird when you try to put lime or anything over top of a crop sticking up like that. What the hell was it? Strange. Oh, I bet that, yeah, there it is. It just showed up on the side. It's cotton. Gotta be careful saying that word. It's my dog's. Alright, so we've accomplished at least this much. Spray product on this field if need be. Let's go ditch this plow somewhere. Little field, that's gotta figure out what to do with it. It's a big area for placeables. Let's see, let's just drop this over here somewhere. Wish I was on PC so I could get rid of that pile of trash. Alright, now we gotta make a money decision here, so let's save it. If you want to see how I play, here's my settings. Easy, economy, dirt normal. Traffic is on unless it really bugs me. Automatic engine start's always off for me. And then I don't let the helpers do anything unless I decide. I always use crop destruction. I use lime, but I don't use weeds. I think weeds in this game are kind of broken, so I just don't mess with them. And I never get weeding contracts. I don't get lime contracts either, but I don't mind doing it. Let's see. we need to pick out... I don't want to use a 3 meter. That'll take all frickin' day. I've only got 140 horse, basically. It's gonna have to be a disc harrow. I mean, it's fine. They run fast enough, but it's slow nonetheless. Can I run this one? I've only got 5 more horsepower than required for that one. It's kind of pricey too. Damn, this is gonna suck. I may wind up just leasing one. I can't run this one. I don't have near enough power. So if I don't go 3 meter, it's gonna have to be 25 grand. What else have I got to buy? I have to buy a bunch of fertilizer. Something to spread it with. I can keep that cost down if I need to, but I intended to make money on it. There are no hills here, so we're just not going to worry about that other 5 horsepower only being 5, or being only 5 over. I don't think there's a single hill on this map, so we should be okay. 25 grand, kind of pricey. Maybe I should have leased it. But we'll get contracts for cultivating, so it's all good. This must end at this drainage line. Alright. This might be able to drive it if I want. Pick up this cultivator. Check and see how our helper's doing over there. Such a flat map, though. Kind of torn on it. I like it. I wish there was some forestry. Be great for big, wide open multiplayer. Big equipment. Be fun during harvest time to get 2 or 3 harvesters running together. These great big fields, you could work on them for a while together, have a blast. Wish Giants would have put out some assets. It's nice that you've got dumpsters and garbage cans, but none of the dumpsters and garbage cans have ever look like they've been picked up. There's always tons of trash laying around them. Breaks my immersion. This is modeled after a real dealership. And I gotta tell you, if I owned the place and my employees left that trash sitting there for more than an hour after the dumpsters were emptied, I'd be pissed. Somebody would be out there cleaning that and power washing the bricks and everything else just to make up for it. And there are some maps that I don't play because there's just too many of that crap, too much of that kind of crap around. But I see DJ Go Ham, I watch some of his streams. I've seen some of the other guys that, I don't know if it's a new mod or not, just been seeing a lot lately that it basically you can pick and remove anything, make anything disappear off the map. And that'll be fun, because even a map like this, it just needs a little bit of cleanup. If you can pick and choose those dumpsters and get rid of them. Or piles of trash like that are sitting in this yard here. I've got something I think might cover that pile though. There's a couple of PS4 mods that you can... They've got super small hitboxes on them. So we'll cultivate this field here in my left. Then we'll check their state, see what I need to do for fertilizers and whatnot. Close to the edge for what this piece of equipment requires. And I should have leased this. 25 grand. It's going to take me a minute to make it up. Be alright though. Mistakes were made. Carry on. If you're not in a hurry, 5 meters isn't too bad. Alright, we'll let him run for a minute. We'll check on this guy. He's probably only about 40% done. I knew he'd be here all day, but it was the best job on the board until it updates. I'll still make a couple grand off of it in the end. Every little bit helps. Get that cultivator paid for. Let's see. I'll do some thinking while these guys work. I think I'm going to have to bite the bullet and buy this one because at least I can get my lime and my fertilizer spread and be able to hold enough to do jobs for others. This little tractor will never pull this bigger one. Not that I can afford it anyways. So we'll run it without an extension or anything at first. I think. Gotta keep it cheap. But we know we need it, so we're gonna buy it. This thing will pay for itself in a hurry. 40 grand, that's plenty enough to get fertilizer. I'll still need a seeder of some sort. But again, I can lease that if I remember. It's the only one that, I don't want to use them. Too small one. I won't be able to make any money in other jobs with it. I need to think about how I'm going to get fertilizer and seed to my contract jobs with that little bit of money. Let's check the state of these fields real quick. Lime, of course. Let's see how we doing for fertilizer. Nothing. We'll have to figure out how to get 3 rounds on this. As soon as it's cultivated, I'll spray it. Then I'll sow it, then I'll spray it. And then I guess I'll have to wait partway through the growth cycle. I don't think that it'll fertilize well over top of this withered field, so it just is what it is. Last time I tried to spray dry materials, fertilizer and lime, it didn't seem to go through the withered crop very well. I wound up with lots of patchy spots. So the other guy's doing fine. We'll run some headlands for this fella in case I need to let him go back, in case I need to use them again. I think I'm using the same one on Erlingrad. It's got a weird, yep, it is the same one. It's got a weird way of not wanting to track at first. If I remember right, this one doesn't like to be reversed at all. When it's on the ground, it kind of freaks it out. So we'll do a proper and pick it up, see if that helps. That worked, but it behaved itself that time. Some trailer. I was wondering maybe it was meant to be used with another piece of equipment as well. Alright, lots of long, boring work to do. It's a farmer's life, though. Width on it though, it looks like we can probably get inside this row. Because it's not leaving any. It's close, but it's workable. Start gathering reviewers on this game so that I can get further up with this. Be down here with 1 or 2 viewers and you're kind of stuck in no man's land. Twitch the little when he scrolls down. Let's see. Two rows should be good enough for a headland here, I would imagine. Need a game like this that I can stream from my desk here. Get me out of that rig. So hopefully this one catches. I enjoy it a lot. I'm gonna play it anyways. And I'll experiment with times. See when this should be going on, when I'll gather the most attention, where I can sneak in. Game's been out a while, there's lots of established streamers, but you never know. Don't need to use my GPS to line myself up. So that's one good thing about having a withered crop sitting here for starters. I think I remember where the line is now. I was kind of wondering. I think it's in that contractor's yard. Over by the pig farm. At least get the line that way instead of in big bags, but at least the first batch of fertilizer I buy, I'm going to have to do it in big bags. I don't think I've got a cheap sell point, so I might as well. Or at least nothing seems cheap at the start. The one that I normally use is only $6 grand to put in, and it does pay for itself in the long run, but I don't even have the $6 grand spare right now, I don't think, or even know where I want to put it. Can't put too much in it until I decide what I'm going to do with the yard. I missed some there. We sold everything off that we could and got it down to 600 on the nose for the poly count for PS4. I'll have to be a little bit careful, but it does mean that I'll be able to put quite a few placeables and stuff down. If I stick with case, all that stuff is really low poly count. Get quite a few big tractors for 12 and 14 points, so that's not so bad. Duplicate anything I need to if I wind up going the contractor route and doing lots of contracting jobs. I can just double up on my equipment if I need to. If you're new to the game and you're unaware, you're on PlayStation 4. If a tractor says that it's 14 points, it's usually only 1 or 2 points for the duplicate. So if you need the horsepower, need the equipment, that's one way to get it. Run up the other way another time. Good way of getting it without building your poly count too high. It's going to be about $2.60 an hour for wages. I need to get him done with that field over there pretty quick, or it's going to really start eating into my profit on that job. Going to get these 2 fields ready for fertilizer before I move over there with this tractor to open. Time will start passing pretty quick. Once it gets built up a little bit, and there's lots more to do. Gotta be thinking about winter. Cultivating always feels like it goes faster though. I want to see if that little... I've got an idea to cover up that garbage spot. How much does this building cost? Only $3 grand. It's really convenient having it, but I don't know if I should buy it yet. Oh, I can still test and see if it's gonna fit. There it is right there. Where's the front? Oh, is that plow in the way, or is it just the way the hitbox is with the tree? Oh, there we go. Find something to line it up with here. Close enough for who it's for. How much of this can I get rid of? I don't want to leave the cement mixer sitting out. Might have to, let's see. Probably cover that up. Or at least I won't have to look at it every time I drive by, and then I'll forget about it eventually. See if we can get all of the cement mixer covered. Just the wheel? Come on now. Get out of there. Oh, I shouldn't have bought it. I just said I didn't have the money for it. Oh, what's done is done. We'll deal with it. Is that the same? Yep. Alright, we'll leave that there. I'll probably put a wash station in here, I guess. I've got Missy B's wash station downloaded, I think. If it would fit in there, that'd be pretty cool. Well, at least size it up, but I gotta remember not to buy it. I don't have any money. Nope, I don't have it yet. I just cleared a bunch of my mods out. I actually deleted everything and just came back through and got the ones that are important to me. I shouldn't have bought that yet, but it'll come in handy. There'll be lots of changing of tires and things later on. I almost always have a toolbox for that shop on my farm because I don't like driving all the way to the shop just to put skinny tires on so I can fertilize. Just lazy that way, I guess. But if it was my farm, I'd probably do it myself anyways. You get enough equipment around you. No point in not changing a set of tires for yourself. Make that $5 grand back. The sheep will pay for themselves pretty quick. With the first load of wool. I could turn this all into grass. I could also turn this section into grass too. bush. I know I can get these to go next to each other. So if I just left enough room, sheep could hang out back here. Oh, that could work. There's probably more room there than there is in the other one. Oh, it's about the same. Well, if I'm willing to lose this patch here, I could just grass this over. Put a sheep pen in here, put a chicken pen in here. Some older looking stuff, and we can make it look like the utility part of the farm started here. And then started to build up and get bigger, and then if we do lots of contracting, we can put big old silo, big building on this area right here, storage for bales. That could be sort of new farm part. Maybe that farm shop even, I wonder how big that is. I've used this once or twice, it's pretty neat. Be pricey at first, but I can get cheap materials out of it too. I can get fertilizer and lime and stuff out of this building fairly inexpensively. It would make sense to have it in here if it's a farm shop. A lot of real farms are starting to do that now to make extra income. Sell their wares in a little shop. Wish I could remember which one it is that I just saw recently on YouTube. So what I'm thinking of is it might have been Pemberton. Yeah, that would work there. How much does it cost? 25 grand. It's expensive for now. Alright. So I probably can't realistically afford to lose the croppage that I would get from that area. But number 20 could be grassed over and then changed later. Might be just what I do. Let's see, how much longer does this Joker have? He's slow. He's slow because he's taking too much time to turn around. Maybe I'll let my helper do that one over there for a minute. We'll see how this plow goes. It's not very big. But if he's taking too long to turn around, I can still get it done quicker than he can. Certainly not the widest plow. I could have been moved over one more whole row, though. That's just the way the AI does it, I guess. Get another meter out of it anyways. So that's about halfway down the tire. Trees, I think. Maybe not. He didn't have any problem on the way up. Ooh, drifting off course here. He didn't have any problem with the way up. That's what I mean by I think the AI are better than they were. They don't seem to struggle as much to work their way around bushes and that. Little scrubby trees over here, he didn't seem to have any problem with them. Boy, see, he's much more efficient with his plow than I am. Check and see if my sun's on yet. I actually think his stream schedule might have changed. This guy. I like doing this better. I gotta put a sleep trigger down. It's gonna be getting dark soon. Unless I'm crunching to get stuff done, I don't work in the dark. Although there is a new lighting thing that I won't have money to try it for a little bit on this map, but there's a new 3-point. You can attach the lighting system to your points and still use any of your equipment. Whatever you're using just attaches right over. I don't know if it's supposed to work that way, but it seems to. The light syncs up a lot better than just the standard lights on the tractors. Pretty sure I saved it when I got rid of everything. cedar I get probably won't require cultivating, but just to be sure, because I haven't bought it yet, I'm going to get that little strip too. So I don't mind cultivating everything. Especially once the equipment gets a little bigger. Some of those bigger cultivators are pretty wide, pretty powerful. You can make lots of monies with them. Something here. Can't be too much to cover this. No, we'll find out right here actually. Because I don't think I'm going to want this to be like this. Through here without disturbing this tree? No. Alright, so. Might be able to live with that. Yeah, I can live with that. That's going to be too sharp a corner. Six. Too wide, maybe? Let's see. If it doesn't look natural, or if I don't have enough room when I try to drive something into it, I can change it later. It's still 6 wide, so I should be able to get all my equipment in here just fine. I just didn't want that tree to be in the middle of the pavement. I don't have anything yet that I can take it out with, so I'll live with it. So if I can get in here, I've kind of made sort of a natural. Trying to visualize some things. It's not quite the center, but it sure is close. So if I wanted to, let's check out the big chicken pen, see how much room it takes here. Oh, I don't have enough money, so I can't even size it up. Well, that's bullshit. Alright, let's see. Wouldn't cost you much to just turn this into a grass field and kind of deal with it. These things can get pretty close to each other. I wonder if I can get one in here. I like to double these up sometimes. If I can get one in here. Yeah, that'll be plenty of room actually. sleep trigger. I can't get anything done. So that's gonna be down here. Farmhouses. We'll grab this. Let's see. Where would Farmer Jack come in for the night? Oh, here we go. Back door. Let's drop that there. See if we can make it look like this is actually used. A little bit of room for the sink. That's all good. I can get picky about it later when I got more time. Kind of clean things up, straighten them out when I get back in. That looks ridiculous. Alright, I can live with that. You almost can't tell it's there now. You'll be alright. Come out here with all my equipment if I need to. This would be a good place for a big silo and everything. I didn't want to use it for livestock just because of the way I could just see a big storage shed here. Something big. Big silo here or here. Those couple of items right there would take up quite a bit. Maybe I can get a wash station or something in here. Well, we'll keep thinking about it. It's difficult to get things rolling first. Start from scratch. But it's more satisfying in the end once you see what you build. Could have done this farm manager, probably already had sheep and chickens and everything else going, but it's alright. Sad. I'm not getting any viewers. I'm gonna have to check out the other ones to see how they're doing their streams to keep me involved. It's different when I'm driving. I don't have any issues with it when I'm driving. I just go fast. People hang out. Closest missing it. I bet the one I'm streaming this is probably be the preferred view, I would imagine. This would be the view that people want to see. See the farmlands and see the stuff around you. This afternoon, evening for a lot of you guys. This afternoon, I do my dirt rally stream. I go on at 1 o'clock minus 5 GMT. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to try this one on a different time slot. I'll try it later in the afternoon to see how it works. I'll try it at like my regular time, but I'm going to miss somewhere. See if I can find a spot for me to do this, where I'll attract enough viewers for it to be fun for everybody. Was trying to cut it too close, or was I making up for the unevenness of that portion over there? Not that it matters a whole lot, it's just an emergent thing, I guess. Don't waste time and fuel on a farm, it's money, money, money. What's that in there? Getting there. Looks like I'll have it cultivated before dark. Not using much of farm now. It needs fixing. I got short of a couple of contracts I'm not going to use it again until that gets resolved. Did a little bit of searching for it, found out it's not just me, it's common. Save this. That's the 2-hour mark. I'm going to stop it here so that I can upload. And that'll be it. Why did I take a picture? I did not want to take a picture. Come on now.